Thank you for joining us for today's post-game press conference. Before we open the floor to questions, Coach Courtney Vino, please give us your thoughts following today's game.
Yeah, I think that the first half, we were a bit hesitant and trying to kind of feel the play out. We were a little bit off the back foot, slower first half. The second half, we, changed up our press, started putting some pressure on their central backfield player, and ended up starting to, in attack transition, having really great scoring opportunities. So the fourth quarter, we said we were going to pick it up one more step and see if we could create some more attack. And the first 2 minutes of the game, we ended up getting 2 goals and cutting this to a 3-2 ball game, and continue to have attack after that. I'm really proud of our fight. I'm really proud of our work ethic and our relentless attitude in attacking of the game here at the end. But I do think that, we started the first half a little bit slower on our back foot, trying to feel things out, and came up short in the end.
We will now open the floor to questions. Please use the raised hand feature and you will be called upon.
Will, how can I help you?
Yeah. Coach, you guys were doing a lot of give and goes down low in the offensive end. Is that something that you're working on, and that's something we should look out for in your offense in the future?
Yes, our whole outletting system is trying to create numbers up situations in small ball scenarios to create dangerous attacking opportunities. So you'll see that from the backfield. And then once we see open green space, we're trying to go and attack that space on the move and with some speed through our midfield and forward lines. So yeah, it's something that we're looking for. We're trying to create numbers up opportunities, and which creates that give and go feel and give and go look. Yes, good question. Dan.
Hey, DJ Lopes from the WRHU here. Yasmin Verduz has been all over the place offensively, assisting on both of the goals today, as well as goals prior, and scoring 2 of them. She's assisted or scored on every single goal for the Pride so far this season. What has her impact been, especially as a freshman, kind of stepping into this situation and really kind of making the most advantage of it she possibly can?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, we'll start with her character. High character kid. How can I help? What can I do? Great vibe with her team, and ultimately she has a speed to her that is very hard to defend. So whether she's creating an opportunity for herself or with her speed creating an opportunity for her team, she's an absolute contributor to our attack, if not creator, on our forward line right now. So I think what you're going to see is as she grows here, this was her 6th game of her career. As she grows here, you're going to see some really exciting stuff, because she's just starting to get comfortable, and you're starting to see how much of an impact player she really is. So I can't speak highly of her enough. I think that, if she's got a hand as a first year in almost every scoring opportunity that we have, whether she's scoring it or Will.
Coach, you had 4 penalty corners today, and how do you feel like your team did, on those penalty corners and try and take advantage of those opportunities?
Yeah, the turf is very, very dry. It's bouncy, so sometimes that's limiting some of our execution of that penalty corner. But I will say whether it's a direct shot goal or whether it's a rebound situation, we got on the board today with one of those penalty corners, and a 1-to-4, execution ratio is pretty solid. So I'm happy that we did score on a penalty corner. It's been kind of like trying to rip off the Band-Aid here in the season. It hasn't been that successful. So good to see that being executed, whether it's a rebound or direct shot. Then taking advantage of that numbers up situation is good. Dan.
Mercy Jastrzynski and Gabriela Espinosa both scored their first goals of the season today. What does it mean for you guys moving forward to try to get a more diverse scoring profile and trying to get more people on this on the
Yeah, proud of them both. I think both are putting together solid games and finding their way and their roles. They're doing a very good job with that. I mean, Gabby Espinoza is playing in the center mid position today. We actually made a change. She had been in the screen role, so we did move her into the attacking side of the ball. So it's good to see that she's executing in that role and getting on the scoreboard. Jasper Zensky has probably some of the quickest hands I've ever seen in my coaching career. She can, in and out of feet, in and out of sticks at all times. So I'm not surprised by any means that Jasper Zensky's getting on the scoreboard. She's got great hands and great hand speed. So I'm proud of them both. I think that hopefully that can loosen them up a little bit and they can, continue with it. Will.
Sydney Laguillo, we saw her a lot on the forecheck, disrupting the Fairfield defense while they were trying to get out. What does that do for your offense to be able to have someone like that making it difficult to get out of the zone?
Sid Laguillo is one of the hardest workers on our team. And with that, when you give Sid Laguillo a task, she's 100% going to take advantage and do exactly what you're asking of her. So at halftime, I knew her work rate was going to be a spark that we needed for this team. So I put her in the center forward role. We decided to press that center back, like I said, to change up our press. And she did just that. I think she got a stick on most most balls, if not all balls, and that's very hard. You don't see that often. So her putting on the pressure changed the game today. And it absolutely was a factor of us getting back in those 2 goals in 2 minutes. And really ultimately the second half we were dominating. So it's now it's putting together the pieces. We're very young still, and not saying that's an excuse, but young teams grow every game. And so I'm looking forward to what we can bring, Sunday. And every game right now we're looking a little bit better. So I'm excited about that. Can't ask for more. But Sid Laguillo's work ethic and spark today was an absolute game changer.
If there are no more questions, that concludes today's post-game press conference. Coach Courtney Vino, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank
you,
you,
Coach.
guys.